Okay, so hey, it's Dan here. We're going to do a Q&A here. So Katya's going to ask the questions while Natea does the filming. So shoot, Katya.
Okay. First question is from Vegnek. What is your favorite go-to salad dressing at the moment?
Well, actually, the most simple and basic go-to salad dressing for me right now is lemon juice and olive oil. And then what I've got is a little bit of the savory blend from Kauai Pharmacy. That's one that I use probably once or twice a week. I just throw a bunch of greens in a bowl, and then just squeeze like one lemon, and then put maybe like 4 to 6 tablespoons of olive oil, and just mix that up. And it's delicious, perfect. I don't even need salt or anything. So,
okay.
What's next?
Okay, this is from William Griffin. You aren't as gray as most men. Do you dye your hair, or would you say it's that way from your diet?
So I do not dye my hair. I never have. I know that I've been accused of dyeing my beard on YouTube. I've never dyed my beard. I've never dyed anything. This is my natural hair. And it is true that gray hair is a indication of mineral deficiency. So with all the green juices that I drink and a focus on minerals for the last several years, once I really became aware of the power of minerals, mostly from the book that Gabriel Cousens wrote called Spiritual Nutrition, that I read that 10 years ago, and that really woke me up, and I've been studying minerals ever since. So a lot of minerals in the diet will keep the hair from going gray. And so what happens a lot of times is that's why I'm not a big fan of the grains, or the cooked food, because the enzymes that are the biocatalysts to the uptake of minerals is destroyed. That's why I love raw foods. And so there's a lot of depletion in the soil of minerals, and that's why I like to drink green juice, so you can just concentrate those minerals in the most easily absorbable form. There's a lot more opportunities for minerals, but mostly you should be getting them from the plants, and the fresher the plants, the more mineral utilization you're going to have, because those plants that are still alive and fresh have the ionized hydrogen, which again delivers the minerals more deeply into the tissues. So I'm complete with that one. Is there another one, Katya?
Yes, this is from user A Clear Path to Follow. I don't necessarily have access to high quality fruits and veggies. However, I live within walking distance of a Whole Foods. What are your thoughts on the quality of food that Whole Foods sells? Thanks, Dan. Just looking for words of encouragement.
Well, if you want words of encouragement, obviously the first thing to say is that you do the best you can with what you have right where you are. And I love Whole Foods. I always feel blessed to go to Whole Foods and go in there, and Jim Gaffigan makes fun of kale, but that's an amazing food. And when you like juice kale or eat kale, that's an amazing food. And you can get kale at Whole Foods, and you can get a lot of good foods. There's a lot of politics with Whole Foods right now, but hey, at the end of the day, some of their produce is locally sourced, and they've got organic, local, more mono agricultural organics, which isn't the best for biodiversity and mineral density. They don't do a lot of crop rotations and things like that, but you do the best you can with what you got. You go to Whole Foods and you look. This is the key. You look and you develop your intuition as to what's fresh. Because when you see the kale that's wilty, you just walk by it. But you go in there with your little fresh food radar. When a fruit is when it's in season and local and hasn't been shipped a long way and was recently picked, you can see. Once you develop that sensitivity, you can see, and you begin to develop a skill of being able to go into any store and find what is vibrating the highest. So you make the best of what you've got wherever you are. And of course, I always recommend organic when you can, and there's enough of it out there to where I don't really have to say make the best you can with the conventional produce. But the thing is about the conventional produce is that, you know, sometimes a lot of the farmers here on the island aren't certified organic because it's really expensive, and then they got to raise the cost of their foods just to be certified. So you have to get really savvy, talk to the farmers, and like when they say, oh no, we don't use pesticides, and you're like, but you know, you can get your sense of your intuition, or you can say someone to their, you know, where we're not certified, but I feed this food to my family, and you know, and it is not sprayed. We do not use spray. And they look at you in the eyes and they say that, and you feel a deep sense of commitment and integrity, then that's the farmer at the farmer's market you want to visit. You know, so you're researching and doing the best you can to get the absolute freshest, best food. It's the real food revolution. It's going on right now. It's fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. And it's real foods that are meant for human consumption at the levels of karma, at the levels of microbiology, and that's raw, living, fresh foods with an emphasis, I believe, in today's modern day and age with all the heavy metals and all the Wi-Fi frequencies and everything that's going on. The leafy green plants, the herbs, is what's going to heal us. It's always been that way, and it always will be. And so we're looking for fresh, organic herbs, and we want that to be the base of our diet. Although I do believe we are a frugivorous species, you know, right now in society, we're dealing with some serious stuff, and we need to neutralize the acid and toxic poisons with as much organic chlorophyll as we can, parsley and cilantro. And we're going to the pharmacy right now. We're going to pick a bunch of tulsi and juice that, and fresh organic herbs. You know, that should be of an emphasis for every single person watching this video and every single person on this planet. Those leafy green plants is what's going to make you strong and healthy and beautiful, and help you to keep your hair in a nice color and keep your teeth in your head. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching this video. I think we'll call that good, and we'll do some more Q&A. And thanks everyone for participating. We really do appreciate you. And give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll look forward to doing plenty more videos in the future. So until then, thank you. Bye-bye.